All right. Well, I think I see that most of the participants already joined, so there are several ones who should join a little bit later. But in order not to just protract the whole panel, so maybe we can start. And first of all, thank you everyone for finding time to come here today. So it's getting great pleasure to see you all. So we're having a fintech panel, and there will be 5 companies presenting their solutions to the jury panel, and the jury panel will be deciding on the winner, who then will be pitching in the grand final pitching session by the end of the event. So in the meantime, so I believe that many of our conference participants and attendees, they know you, but it still would be great if you could just spend a minute on telling about you and your firm, and to introduce yourselves to the audience. Well, Apostolos, I think that we can start with you, if you don't
Sure.
mind, of course.
Yeah, of course. So ex-entrepreneur, then became angel investor, then VC. We first launched Venture Friends in first fund 2016. Now it's our third fund. We launched last year. We invest in Europe, Middle East, and Latin America. We like consumer, fintech, proptech, and in general SaaS. We shy a bit away from dev tools.
Thank you very much. So we also have Gyula from Oktogon VC. Gyula?
Hey, yeah, hey. Gyula Feher, also an extra entrepreneur, currently leading, along with my GP partner Veronica, Oktogon Ventures. It's a super early stage 10 million euro boutique fund, and we invest into teams who have some personal connection, mostly one or all of the founders, to CE region, but target the global market. Our sweet spot, no surprises there, is B2B SaaS. Currently, we have a portfolio of 12 companies. I think probably the best known might be Bitrise, Ricard.
Yeah, Bitrise is definitely an interesting company. Karol, hi. So long time no speak. Hope you're fine.
Indeed.
Could you please...
Yeah. Thank you. Sure. So hi everyone. My name is Karol. I'm an investment director in OTB Ventures. 170 million assets under management Series A fund. I focus on deep tech opportunities across Europe, especially with focus on Central Eastern European region. We love the region. We love the founders from the region, and we really enjoy supporting them financially, and not only financially. In my previous life, I was part of Untitled Capital and been part of OTB since the very, very beginning, meaning end of 2017. And small secret, OTB stands for Outside the Box Ventures. If someone wouldn't guess at the first time, I did not, at least when I was told that it will be OTB Ventures. So hi everyone, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, and then we also have Andreas from UNIQA Ventures. Hi, Andreas.
Hi everyone, thanks for having me. My name is Andreas Nemeth. I worked in startups first for the last 25 years, predominantly then also in corporates. So actually I know both sides. Since 6 years, I'm now heading UNIQA Ventures, which is a single LP backed fund. We are not a corporate VC, but rather a financial driven VC, like most other funds that are on the panel here as well. So what we do is invest in Series A plus stage in startups in Europe. So actually from Spain to Finland, all over the place. But actually half of our portfolio is situated somewhere in Central and Eastern Europe. So I think we have a quite natural bias towards this region. Writing checks of 1 to 5 million, have built a portfolio of 40 companies and assets under management of 150 million so far.
All right, thank you very much. So we're also supposed to be joined by Marcin from from Market One Capital. So I think that when he joins, we'll give him a minute to introduce himself. But in the meantime, so I think that it's a good time just to move to the pitches and to listen to what entrepreneurs would like to share. So we have we have 5 companies with a quite wide geographical representation. So we have a company from Romania, Finland, Estonia, Poland, and Israel. So essentially all across Central and Eastern European and Israeli region. So I'm actually quite excited about that, and it would be great to see who will be making it to the grand final. As just a note, so jurors, please keep track, keep the notes, because after all the companies' presentations, you will need to vote and to select one company. All right. Well, I think that so we have Livio
Marcin
here. Marcin here. Hi, Marcin.
You can quickly share as well about Market One.
Yeah, and you're on the mute. I think you need to give permissions to your microphone. Marcin, can you say anything? Yeah, we just finished the round of introductions of the venture capital firms. Okay, so I'll let Marcin fix his technical issues and then he'll introduce himself. But in the meantime, so we can start with the first company called Fintech from Romania. Livio, hi. So please share your presentation and tell everyone about your startup and the current investment opportunity. You're also muted.
Sorry, sharing my screen now. Tell me if you can see my screen.
Yes,
we can.
Excellent. All right, let me make it full screen. So, hi, we're Inky. We transform company phones and laptops into a monthly fee service. We cover all ongoing device management within this fee. The problem is most businesses buy mobile devices in a disorganized manner. They don't secure them or manage them efficiently. They think that by using them until they end up in a drawer somewhere, they make a better deal. They don't. They just end up polluting the planet and creating a massive waste. So we're a B2B platform transforming company device ownership into a service. We're the world's first all-inclusive device as a service. What's all-inclusive? Insurance for damage, theft, and even loss. We also offer a device management portal that's both brand and type agnostic. And we offer total flexibility, like cancel anytime, upgrade, downgrade anytime you want. Our service bundles embedded finance, embedded insurance, and ultimately re-engineers the risks in order to have the best residual value worldwide, the best insurance coverage, and the lowest credit risk. So companies in Europe buy 65 billion euros worth of laptops, phones, and tablets every year. One of our strongest assets are the people. No other CTO has achieved 50% market share in a European country like Christian did. Nobody had more mobile devices insured in Europe than me, 7 million. Nobody else in Europe has built from scratch service networks for Deutsche Telekom, Nokia, Sony Ericsson, and Apple, like Karol did. But what is really hard to find is the breadth of expertise Andrew has. And I don't mean the fact that he has to work with Hungarians and the Romanians every day, but that he combines corporate treasury expertise and business analytics. But it's obviously Catalina keeping it all together and making our clients so very happy. We've come a long way in a short time. Importantly, we set up a debt facility to finance the devices we send to clients. We have a markup on the difference between this facility and our monthly rental fees. We created the infrastructure to manage devices, the insurance, the device security, the stock management. Because we manage devices end to end, we maintain them to the highest standard. As such, we've secured best-in-class residual value contracts. This means we make a significant profit from the market-leading residual values we achieve. There are companies offering rental of mobile devices, but we don't consider them direct competition. We don't see the same level of all-inclusive services bundled in. The clients that come to us, they come firstly because of the positive impact we have on their cash flow. They stick with us because of the cost predictability, and they grow their portfolio when they see that we actually decrease their total cost of ownership. We're live in 2 markets with approximately 226,000 euros worth of devices. Our clients typically prefer 2-year contracts, which can be rolled thereafter. They start with 1 or 2 devices and end up moving their entire fleet to us. For us, this creates a monthly revenue flow. These are very highly repeatable, predictable, and long-term. We closed an angel round in April. We're building infrastructure to serve clients at scale, and our next funding round will be in the next 6 months. That's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I didn't mention it at the beginning, but companies that are going to present, please try to fit your presentation in 3 minutes.
I did my best.
Yes, you did it just in time. So thank you.
Thank you, Alexei.
Yes, if anyone from the jurors have any questions, so feel free to ask.
What is your gross margin?
So the gross margin we target is 21%.
That's what you target. What is it currently?
So we haven't offered any discounts, if that's what you mean. But obviously, you need to achieve a certain amount of volume in order to achieve this in real time. So we have a burn rate. But the current pricing we offer on the market is targeting this 21% gross margin.
But this is the unit economics. You account the depreciation. How do you calculate your unit economics?
There's 2 sources of gross margin for us. We make a margin on top of the debt facility we have. So there's a margin on that, but also...
Sorry, the debt facility, you provide debt yourself?
No, we've secured the debt facility.
Exactly. So let's these are 2 different things. You have debt to finance the purchase.
Yes.
So let's leave the debt outside. I mean, for what you're offering to the customer, what is the cost?
The cost of it depends on the device, obviously.
But I'm saying what is the different costs? So one cost is the debt cost.
Yes.
So and then it's the depreciation. How do you calculate your unit economics over the lifetime of the products? I'm quite familiar with the model because there's a competitor in Germany, right? That has been funded by DN and White Star. So we've looked at this.
Yes, and there's so we do make part of the money on a monthly basis of the gross margin on a monthly basis, but yes, there is an added margin coming at the end from the residual value.
So when you count all costs, what you're saying is you make 21%, but is that at the end over the lifetime? By the way, what's the lifetime for you? I mean,
24 months.
So this 21% is what you make on the total over those 2 years?
No, it's a yearly gross margin. Sorry, I didn't put it correctly. Yes, it's a yearly gross margin.
But that assumes a specific residual value after the 2 years.
Yes, we have, and I some of the German companies you're referring to used to be my clients. So I'm familiar to some extent with their unit economics. Our residual values are much higher than theirs because we keep the devices insured throughout the life cycle of the devices, and we offer our partners transparency over what happens with the devices. So we take out the risk out of devices coming in with unauthorized repairs or some kind of damage that wasn't accounted for. So that's why our residual values are significantly higher than anyone else on the market, we believe.
But what are your customer acquisition costs? So how do you get to the subscribers? And what's your go-to-market strategy here? Are you relying on direct sales or also on partnering?
So with the With this angel round, we're exploring 3 avenues. We're testing 3 avenues. One is performance marketing, and being B2B, this performance marketing is focused more on smaller companies. Then we have affiliates, distributors. We signed a distribution agreement recently with the Bravo Group. Those in Hungary might have heard of them. They do 400 million euros worth of phones and laptop distribution, so that they would be a distributor for us. And last but not least, we're developing our own sales team, direct sales, which is more enterprise focused. So we're testing, but obviously in enterprise, I come with a great degree of expertise in doing enterprise sales. I've been doing this for the past 13 years. The sales cycle there is quite lengthy. So at this stage of our company, we can't solely rely on enterprise sales. Though I do have to say we do have some significant engagement from some big corporates that have ESG in mind, because we're a circular economy business and we have a zero e-waste policy, and we are able to go through the cycle a few times without producing e-waste.
Okay. Well, yeah, Livio, as you see, so there are a lot of questions around unit economics, and we see also that consumer-oriented businesses, so they do need to have just very understandable and profitable unit economics that will allow to scale it in the future. Juris, thank you very much for asking, and Livio, thank you for telling about your company. So it's quite exciting.
Thank you.
Well, I will then ask Michael from Bio Group to tell about his company. Hi, Michael.
Hi, guys. Let me just share my screen. That's okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
We can see it now.
Oops. Sorry. Go back to the beginning. Okay. Good afternoon, guys. My name is Michael Wallace-Brown, and I'm the founder and CEO of Buy. Buy is a fintech company headquartered in Finland with operations in Bangladesh and Kenya. And our mission is to make commerce as easy as messaging a friend. Buy is a commerce network of entrepreneurs built on trust. We've developed a collaborative commerce platform that manages transactions with messaging and is the source of trust in informal markets that powers hundreds of thousands of trusted commerce networks and millions of micro entrepreneurs. So this is what an informal market looks like. Long story short, about 2 billion workers work in the formal market globally. That's from the Labor Organization. And this is a $19 trillion opportunity. But we are already live in Kenya, which is a 50 billion opportunity, and actually Bangladesh, which is a 340 billion opportunity. But it's also an opportunity to reduce poverty and make commerce in these informal markets more efficient. The problem is that commerce is analog face-to-face with 95% of transactions cash. There's no record of who is paid for what. Corrupt distributors sell fake products, shady middlemen scheme of profits. Who can be trusted? And this is what a last mile delivery small trader look like. There's one similarity between these small informal market business owners and the traders. They all use cash and face-to-face commerce based on trust. So what does BuyNet do, which is our product? It's a messaging-based transaction platform built on the top of existing trusted non-smartphone tech systems and built to scale off the back of the messaging revolution that's happening today on WhatsApp, Telegram, and Facebook Messenger. So Buyers developed this revolutionary commerce messaging platform that manages transactions and is the source of trust in these informal markets. This is how it works, just very quickly. So he receives an invite, a private invite to join the network from a distributor who he trusts. He then passes KYC, signs up to the terms and conditions, and joins the group. He then receives orders, and he can pick up LPG bottles or parcels. He can notarize cash payments, and he can build a trust score so that he can access the credits. For corporates, Buy is the source of trust connecting entrepreneurs in informal markets. And the corporations are able to incentivize and reward entrepreneurs based on their performance and sales. They're also able to create an impact score, which they can use for no poverty and get tax breaks for that. Our business model, it's free for small traders, but we charge corporates a subscription access fee of 1.5% of gross revenue to access the network. We're scaling with large corporate customers in both Bangladesh and East Africa. We're partnering with Standard Bank, the largest bank in Africa, which has already invested in us. And with in Bangladesh, our customer there is called Gyula, which has got 40,000 retailers and 30 million consumers. Basically, we're at the tipping point and we're growing really fast. So our vision is to reduce poverty by creating millions of entrepreneurs and empowering them to make more money with trusted commerce messaging. We're currently raising our seed round. We're already backed by the largest VC in Africa called Launch Africa, also Standard Bank. We incubated with Antler, and Todd Rupert sits on our board. He's also one of the biggest investors in Launch Africa and Antler. So we're happy to talk to any interested parties. Thank you very much. And just to let you know, we've got a fantastic team, very experienced guys. Ray and I have done this before. We built prove.com. You can go and look at that. Josephine runs our Africa business. Adnan runs our Bangladesh business, and a really amazing technical team of Gitas, who's in Lithuania, and Mikhail, who's in Finland. Thanks, guys.
All right. Michael, thank you very much.
Yeah, so thanks for the presentation. Amazing. Very, very, very quick question, because when I hear Kenya, my first kind of connotation is M-Pesa, right? So Kenya means M-Pesa, and it's a money transfer service that basically most of the transactions. Yeah.
Karol,
so how does it look like?
Karol, I'm from South Africa. So yeah. Kenya's, we know M-Pesa very well. There's two markets we live in: Kenya, Bangladesh.
Yeah.
And there's one simple reason. Because those are the two countries that have got the USSD text-based messaging payment system. So this is basically 2.0 M-Pesa, okay?
Okay.
And the really important thing here is that we've mimicked the behavior of those markets. We know that it's really successful. So basically it's all face-to-face, it's text-based transactions. So we basically see that as an enormous opportunity.
Building upon the awareness and kind of a behavioral model of M-Pesa and having like evolutionary approach towards it.
Correct. And the big thing here, guys, is messaging. So what we do on the messaging, the revolution is happening. I mean, they're running a war on messaging at the moment. So the front end, we use Telegram and WhatsApp. We've created a very innovative front end, which basically is like a chatbot and powers the communication and coordination between all these communities. So it's distributed payments and it's distributed networks. It's not centralized, all driven by these new messaging platforms. So it gives us an immediate market into billions very quickly. And it's very good to scale. But the other thing also that's going to happen is you can strip down that open source messaging platform and you can now white label it to big banks and big credit card companies like MasterCard. So everything will happen within the messaging. That becomes your trusted point of transaction, and the applications are actually buried in the messaging platform. So they sit behind the messaging layer. So if you know Telegram, they just came out with it 2 weeks ago. It's embedded. They call it deep linking into the messaging. So we've absolutely are probably at the forefront of all this and are leading in the space, growing very fast.
Got it. So financial inclusion is basically your target in Bangladesh and in Kenya. Any other markets that you foresee in the next months or so?
India, Indonesia, South America.
Okay.
You know, as quickly as we can scale. We're raising our seed round, so we've already raised about 540. We'll close it in the next month or two. We're looking to do between 1.5 and 2 million. Got a lot of interested parties, so we're kind of at that point where we're closing our round. But very much to focus on Bangladesh, where we've got a very good partner, and of course Standard Bank is the largest corporate bank in Africa. So our customers are corporates. So those are the guys that pay. So it makes sense to go with a partner like that.
Yeah, Michael, thank you very much for telling the beautiful stories. It's quite interesting. It's not very obvious, and it definitely takes a lot of time to figure out the specifics. So I believe that so the investors can reach out to you directly and to dive into the business model and perspectives afterwards.
No problems. It's the biggest opportunity in fintech, guys. If you're not getting in there, then you're going to miss out.
Well, yeah, this is something everyone needs to figure out. Okay, Michael, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
And then so I wanted to ask Denise from Orca app to tell about this business.
About Orca.
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you, Alexei. Today I with my partner, it's a Feher, but which will I? Okay, I'm starting. Yep. Oh. Okay. Who we are? Sorry. Who we are? Orca is a new generation of investment app. Why new generation? Because Orca it's an investment app for novice investors which have just a basic knowledge about investing and make their first steps in the investment world. Our pilot market it's the UK and our main market it's the EU. We have a good traction because at now we have 20,000 of open accounts and we growing twice from the last 5 months. Moreover, our average acquisition cost per activated client is 25 euros per activated client. We have a really good stickiness because our stickiness is 18%. Then average stickiness in the financial and investment field are 7%. Moreover, we have really good cohorts, and then I say cohorts, I mean not a metric or product metric, it's financial metric of our clients, it's average portfolio, and how you can see our cohorts are stable or growing, and it's main point when we can claim what we catch our product market fit. Why it happened? First of all, typical customer journey for novice investors are broken because we have some direct market access solution like a free trade, like a Revolut, like a eToro. Customers install this app and after this buying some blue chips like Amazon, Google, Tesla, something else. And after this, they don't understand what they need to do. How to look some new investment opportunities, how to evaluate some assets, how to form their investment strategy, what does mean P2E, EBITDA, and other strange words. And Orca solve all these problems because we provide support in each steps for novice investors. Then they create some first portfolio, then they look in some new assets, then they trying to make decision groundly. Moreover, we provide some features which get the possibilities to minimize risk in investment world and create some safe area for our customers in the investment world. And we have a powerful subscription for more experienced customers, which additional tools in analytics and manager of portfolio. At now, we have really experienced team because my experience in Fintech more than 9 years, and it was neobanks, it was PSP solution, it was mobile payments. My partner Feher have experience in Fintech more than 4 years, and it was current cryptocurrency exchanges and Ernst & Young. At now, we're looking 2 million euros in the late seed and 500K for the bridge. It's funding for it's funding for obtain own license in the Europe and launch Europe market. Moreover, we believe what just this solution can provide possibilities to create growing and stable model in the few next year with new condition of market. Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much. Further, did you want to add something quickly if possible?
I think it's main story about us.
Okay. All right. So I just saw that Further got unmuted.
Just a quick question. I mean, this is a very busy space. There's so many players in the UK. And disclaimer, we happen to be investors in Plum, so we know the space quite well. So unit economics is an issue in this business. So would you like to share a bit? Because you're trying to offer like kind of a premium service with people answering questions and helping people, but how do you monetize? Like, what's the revenue per customer?
So right now we are charging 1% for US market. It's 1% FX fee, plus £1 for UK market, but which will be probably lowered a little bit later. But the main and what we expect is the main revenue stream will be and should be a subscription. We believe that we'll be able to achieve about 15% of live user base that is using the subscription, and it costs £12 to the user.
But right now, right
now we've launched 1 month ago, 1.5 months ago, we launched subscription services, but we haven't marketed heavily yet, basically. So we are testing, we're making some corrections to this.
And what's your revenue run rate, like last month?
4,000 euros.
And how much have you spent on marketing that month?
We spent 20,000 from the last 5 months.
So yeah, for 5 months we spent 20,000 pounds.
Yeah. It is a bit difficult because there's so many people targeting the same customers.
Yeah, I believe that
yeah,
it's a matter
but-
of retention because if you have a sticky audience that will be paying for the service going forward and will be able to recoup the marketing cost sometime in the future and then produce some profit, then it would be great. So we spoke recently, so I think that's for you guys, given that you just made a pivot, so it's just a matter of proof of the new concepts, how the new business model will be just put together.
So what's the CAC right now for a user, for somebody who's...
It's 25 euros and it's per activated clients. It's clients which made deposit and after this made first buy trade to the portfolio.
Cool. And your expected revenue, I know the subscription will change that.
Yep.
But
In
right
this
now,
year?
yeah, the expected revenue per customer, like the 12-month customer value.
Wait a second. I will tell you for lifetime because it is based on churn of 4% that we currently have. So total, I believe, net profit for the client for this time, for lifetime, it could be 75. It's included.
But that's lifetime, right? But
yeah,
for 12 months,
twice less. So it's 37, 36. That's including subscription. 36 euros.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, guys, thank you very much for telling about your business. Apostle, thanks for the questions. So we have a couple more companies in the list, and I would like to invite Maciej from Braid Technologies, the Polish company. Maciej, if you hear us, just feel free to take over. Okay, well, let's maybe wait for some time. Leave the final the final spot in the presentation sets for Marcin. And for now, we can move to Yuval from Monitor. Hi, Yuval.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
We're all right. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. Everybody's seeing the presentation?
Yes.
Great. So my name is Yuval. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Monitor. We are a B2C personal financial management platform aiming to help everyone make more money out of their money. So as we see the way that people are doing the financial decision making, they're doing it in 3 steps. The first one is to know where your money is and how much you have. The second thing,
do we all see it in reverse?
Yeah, we all see.
You see it in reverse.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's fun.
It looks nice.
From right to left.
Right to left.
From right to left.
That's how Hebrew is, isn't it?
Let me just see. Still the same problem?
Yeah.
It's
I think the
mirrored
whole screen
for
is
some
mirrored.
reason.
It's a good exercise for us.
The whole desktop.
If I'll do something like this, will it be better?
No,
Not really.
no. We can hear it from you. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do it a cappella. So, well, basically, let me just stop sharing because I see there's no point of this. So, Monitor, as I said, is a personal financial management platform. The way we see it, people are having their financial decision-making in 3 steps. The first one is to understand where is your money. The second thing is to have some kind of to get it analyzed and to know your alternatives. And the third step is to actually make a decision or make an action that will improve your financial growth. Now, the problem is that in the past, you had only like a pension or maybe your own property. But today you have so many financial instruments and so many financial products, especially in the alternative markets. And that is a problem because it's hard to get it all in one place. And then you don't have any place that you can get some insights about the alternative markets, the real estate markets, that comes together with the capital market as well. So Monitor is aiming to enable better financial decision for its users by making financial information more accessible. What we do is we aggregate all financials into one place and get smart customized insights upon that. Now, what we do uniquely is, first of all, we aggregate also financial data from the alternative markets and the real estate market. Meaning that if you have a property, you'll see it. You see its live value in your dashboard. We also connect to Amazon investments and NFT and crypto wallets, and whatever dollar or euro or shekel that you have in the world, you can aggregate into one place. Now, that is not enough because when you see it all in one place, it's hard to make a decision. So we have sorry that you can't see the presentation, but we have experts in data visualization and decision making. We have a doctor in digital decision making that help people to see what they have, but get the customized insight in a way that will actually make them make actions with their money. Now, our business model is based on two main channels. The one is the freemium model, so you can do some for free, and you have automation and deep analysis for $12 a month. And we have another channel, which is our main channel. If you do want to make an investment, or you want to make something with your money, you can contact. There's like this investment or financing board. You can make a contact, like a marketplace, and people are today using this channel. This is a big part of our revenue. So
all right. Well, Yul, thank you very much. I think that's so we've got the glimpse. Does anyone have any questions?
I mean, can you give us a specific? I mean, you do account aggregation as well as aggregation of mortgage. I was a bit confused, to be honest, with the kind of
every dollar that you have in the world, if it's a mortgage, if it's a loan, if it's a real estate property, if you invested in a private equity, whatever you have, you can aggregate it into one place and get customized insights in order to optimize your financial growth.
So how have you done this aggregation? I mean, with banks, you can do open banking. With the rest, how do you do it?
So with the real estate, we do AVM modeling. If you know the AVM, the automated valuing.
I know.
Right. So we do the AVM.
But you do the AVM for a global real estate portfolio, because AVMs are per country, per city.
Right. So we are connected to other fintech apps. Everyone. So there's an inflation of fintech apps all over. We are connected to them and get the data from
so just
them.
To clarify, what's your traction right now? Like, how many users do you have using this?
4,800 organically. We're at the end of our beta stage. We have a churn of 4%.
And what are the actions that those guys are taking now?
So we have 5% of them actually doing, like, making an investment or doing something. In Israel, it's a bit different, but doing something, some financial engagement with the product. We have some guys investing in the US real estate. We have some doing something similar to the 401k in the US, here in Israel, a pension, doing something here, which we monetize, of course.
So your lead generation engine, okay.
Exactly.
How should we imagine these investment advices? Like, are you telling people to sell Bitcoin and NFTs because it just made a double tap and it's going down? Are you telling them to take out a mortgage while the interest rates are low? Like, how specific are these advices?
So that really depends on the country and whatever tools that we have. So our all insights are based on user statistics, external databases, and fintech apps. So we have, for example, we have a fintech app that shows how you can optimize your mortgage. We have a fintech app that can tell you that you get how much you can get as a foreigner, how much you can get out of your is a cash out mortgage from a property in the US. We have, if you know, tip ranks, so we're connected to tip ranks, so people use that, for example, in our app. So that really depends on your citizenship and where you're from. We have about 97. We have exactly 97 insights today, growing it every month.
Yeah, well, different combination of different financial assets, and we can advise on that. Is definitely something that the market may be needed. And I believe that it may be difficult to just to convey the specific message without showing it on the presentation. And you all will send your presentation to the investors after the meeting, so just they have more time to look at this and maybe to come up with some additional questions.
Okay, I think the scope is way too broad, to be honest. I mean, you're juggling with so many balls. It's a bit difficult.
Well, basically, we're going for the holistic view, the holistic financial view.
Cool.
All right. Well, I think that we're done with all of the presentations, and I would like to ask the investors to go to their calendar invitations and to follow the link, Menticom link, to make voting for the winner, for the company that will be going to the grand final later today. I'll give a minute or two. If anyone has any issues with that, please let me know. In the meantime, so Marcin from Market One Capital seem to be able to
and I guess Maciej is
join.
also kind of missing from the pitch, right?
Yes. Like I had problems to connect with the phone. I had to switch to the, and finally.
Yeah, no
worries.
worries.
Sorry for that.
No worries about that. So just wanted to ask if you could just tell a couple of words about yourself and the firmware that you represent.
Sure. Run Market One Capital. It's 45 million seed funds investing all over Europe. We invest mainly in digital platforms, network FX platforms, but we of course also few symmetrical or mainly those which are networks FX visible in the long run as one of the defensibility strategies. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I look into the results and see that only 3 out of 5 investors voted.
I have just short questions. Basically, I shouldn't pitch.
Sorry. Yeah, I apologize. So because I tried to introduce you earlier, so now I said that you're here. Yeah, sure. So we have still some time. Could you just tell about your company?
Yeah, sure. So, let me show this video. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Yes, great. So if you see my screen, so basically...
no, we don't, unfortunately.
We can't.
Not yet.
I don't know.
Yeah, we unfortunately don't have a lot of time now, so and we can just follow the same route as with Yuval, so I'll send it afterwards. But please tell us about your company.
Yeah, sure. So I am CEO and founder of Bright Technologies. Bright Technologies is a deep tech startup, data analytics startup, specializing in the behavioral analysis. What does it mean? It means that more than 3 years ago, we found out that there is enormous niche among the young people without an access to the external capital. Why? Because banks and financial institutions don't trust young people. Why? Because they don't have appropriate tools in order to check the availability of the young people. So based on that, we have started developing our own behavioral scoring system in order to serve young and unbanked. So from the we have been deploying for 3 years. What we do, we collect data. Right now, more than 3,000 behavioral data points per individual user. So it's anything from geolocation, shopping intents, articles read, articles search, the whole internet activity, plus usage of mobile applications. Then using our machine deep learning algorithms to cluster data. So at the end, we can assess the risk of the young people. But we are not the best in the collecting data. We are the best in the analyzing data. We achieve 95% of accuracy. What does it mean? It means that we can predict our client behavior with 95%, which is a top-notch result not only in Europe but also globally. We license our technology to the banks and financial institutions. We already have 150k euro monthly recurring revenue. We are growing super fast, 10x. Some big names in our portfolio: Mastercard, Raiffeisen Bank. We are just onboarding Alior Bank, and so many more, already existing on the Polish, Czech, Spanish markets. We have been also in Ukraine, but due to the war, it stopped, and we are just going to States. Currently in the Series, we are raising Series A with a sweet spot between 6 and 8 million euro. So guys, it's the last call to jump in because we believe that next year we will become next unicorn from Poland. So that's all from my side. I am happy to answer all your questions.
What does growing super fast mean? Can you give us a sense?
Yeah, sure. So in January, we have had 30k euro monthly recurring revenue. Right now, we have 150. Next month, we will have 180. So we are growing in 10x. We believe that until the end of the current year, we will achieve at least 500k euro MRR.
And what's your unfair advantage? Because obviously there are lots of companies trying to do what you do in terms of credit scoring unbanked. Like, what makes you better?
Yeah. So we are better in the 3 major fields. First one, behavioral data. We have more than 3,000 behavioral data points per individual user. It's a lot. We know them. We know about the individual user a lot. That's the first thing. So we are focusing solely on the behavioral analysis. That's our competitive advantage. Second is our approach and our results. So we have 95% of accuracy, which is much better than any other on the European, even on the global level. And the third one, that our technology is already built. So we built the whole analytical infrastructure, analytical hub. We spent more than 2 years building that. And right now it's a pure growth equity, growth capital. We only add feature and personalize it to the new clients. It's already done. So now it's and you cannot check the time. And we spent more than 2 years building that and providing real transactions to our engine.
All right. Okay, Matej, thank you very much, and it's great that you were able to make it. Dear investors, so I reset the voting, given that some of you voted without listening to the Bright Technologies presentation. So please follow the same link and cast a vote for a company that you think should be going to the grand final. And I currently see that only 3 investors selected the company, made the vote. So the remaining 2. So for in the current position, we desperately need your vote because we have a tie. So if you have any technical difficulties, please let me know, or maybe send me an email. Okay, we have 4. All right, so we've got 5.
So no longer a tie if you have 5.
Yeah, no longer a tie. So let me just share the screen. Share the screen. And, okay, so we see that the buyer group won the competition of the Fintech panel. So congratulations to Michael, and we're looking forward to seeing you later today in the grand final.
Congrats.
Cool.
Thank you, guys.
Congrats,
Thank
Michael.
you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well
Yeah,
done.
and to all of the participants, thank you again.
Thank you very much.
And, highly appreciate that you found time to join us today. So hope you enjoyed that, and hope to see you next year as well.
Thank you.
for having me. Thank you all.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all.